guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, please like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. And happy to see you guys again. It's been a long time since I haven't done a video. It's been very busy. It's been very busy in my life. Today I'm going to show you guys how to actually make your bodice fits your back, your waistline, and the and so forth. I was working with one of my students, one of my online student online, and we did the body, we draped the bodice on the mannequin and the skirt, and then we connected the bodice to the skirt. And I said, you know what, while I was teaching her how to actually make the back fit, because there was a gap, so we're gonna fit the back to and the waistline at the same token, so that way everything fits properly. You see, when you cinch it, and everything is gonna fit. Stay tuned. Okay, number one thing to do, you want to make sure you actually place the dress on the mannequin or on you, or whoever you're working with, and make sure all the dots are matching up with the princess seam. Now, the princess line, see the dot, the bodice dot, and the skirt dot are matching up. They are aligned on both sides, and the side seam as well. Everything is matching up, and this is the side seam of the mannequin, and then this is your side seam of the bodice, and everything matches up. Now the same thing for the back. The back dot, bodice, and the skirt dot match, and everything else matching all before you actually do any adjustment. So now this is the center line. This is the center line, and remember, there's going to be half an inch. So if I were to start painting, now if I were to just do half an inch for seam allowance, you would have all this gap. So I want to remove all the gaps. So I'm going to start pinning it. I'm going this side. This is my half inch. I have my half an inch for the seam allowance. Okay. Make sure also the shoulder line, the shoulder seam are aligned with the shoulder line. Okay, so I'm going, this is this. Now, as you can see, as I go down the line, the seam allowance is wider. Okay, so I'm going to go in. Make sure whenever you pinch, you're pinning everything, so the center seam, this is where it actually has to fall, the line. So I'm going to pinch, I'm going to pin it, and also everything needs to be aligned. And I'm going to go as far. Okay, so the skirt, when you get to this part, the skirt is fine. As far as the skirt is fine. So now this is, and I'm going to leave this on an angle so you guys can see. This is the a little bit of excess that I'm going to remove. So once you see, look, this is the half an inch, and as you go down, because your waistline is supposed to be smaller, and then everybody has a little bit of a hunch on the back, so therefore it goes out and it goes in like this, in. See, it kind of, you see the shape? Therefore, the waistline is smaller, and you really want the dress to really fit. See, like this jacket, it fits on the back. You can actually, even though it's a jacket, there's no seam, but you see the waist, you see the shape, the waistline, which is right here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take another pin. If you're using the right fabric, so you don't want to use a pencil. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a pin and pin it down exactly where it is. On one, just do it on one side. And then continue. Okay. Now, whatever corrections you make on the fabric, you also have to go back and make it on your pattern. Okay, so that way when you do use it again, you know exactly what it is. So this is the line. That's not the line that I'm gonna cut. This is the line, and I'll just go all the way up just to make sure I get all the right seam allowance. Okay, right there. Okay. Okay, so there it is. So I'm going to remove the dress off the mannequin, and I'm going to place it on the table. Then I'm going to cut whatever excess I need to cut. Okay, so we got that. So and then once I fix everything, then we're gonna do the zipper. In other words, you see, this is it. I'm gonna remove it from the mannequin, and this is the excess. Now bear in mind, the excess also has the seam allowance, so I'm gonna recut this shape just to kind of make it really nice and fitted. Okay, so I removed the dress from the mannequin, from the dress form. So I turn it inside out, so that way I can see all the lines and all the seams. I can mark it as well. You don't want to mark it on the right side of the fabric. Okay, now you see this is my 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I went and took a pencil. You need a ruler, and you also need a pencil. So what I did, this is 1/2 inch between where I pinned it to the excess. It's 1/2 inch all the way down, and then you kind of like blend it in on the skirt. That way you remove all the excess. Now all my dots are facing the side seam. You might want to know why it's a yellow dress and then the thread is blue. This is not an actual dress. This is the muslin. This is the dress. This is the sample. So since I'm teaching it, I'm doing it online. She's online. So I actually use the blue thread as contrast. So that way when she's looking at it, she can actually see the seams, as opposed to yellow thread, which would have blended with the fabric as well. Okay? This is it. See? This is the 1/2 inch, and all this is excess that I'm gonna be cutting right now. Okay? Alright, so what you do, you can take your scissors and you're going to start from nothing. Okay, you keep cutting. I'm holding the camera with one hand and I'm cutting it with the other. So bear with me. Okay, make sure your scissors are very sharp. And all the way to nothing. Because remember, your seam allowance is 1/2 inch. Now, bear in mind, whatever excess you remove from the actual dress, you're going to go back. Okay, you're going to go back to your pattern and place. Always want to make sure you keep this piece of fabric. Then you're going to go back to your pattern, then trace it on top of your pattern, and then remove it as well. Do it as soon as possible, because sometimes you tend to forget and you tend to place it someplace else and then you forget. Here's the final cut. See, I was able to put the phone down, and now I went and trim off any excess. Now you see the shape of it. Now if I place the camera on top, and you see how it gives you that curved shape around the waistline and then go back to straight. You see, that's what you want to see. Okay, now I'm going to place it back on the mannequin so I can actually see the actual fit. All right, so now I placed the dress back on the mannequin, and now I'm going to repin it just to make sure. Okay, this is it. Pin it 1/2 inch, which is going to be the seam allowance. Okay. See, I'm not forcing it, I'm just pinning it with the right amount of seam allowance. See? Very nice. Okay. Then if there is a little bit room left, you can still put it back on the table and trim it again. Remove it, but remember, whatever you do on the dress, on the fabric, on the dress, you have the pattern, go back and fix it right away, because you will forget. It happens to all of us. You will forget. You will forget. You see? Bingo. This is it. Once you do it, then you can, if you're going to put this is it. See, you have plenty of room. See, everything fits. And this is all, see, all the excess has gone away now. All you have to do is put a zipper, an invisible zipper or regular zipper, 7 inches below the waistline, which is probably a 22-inch zipper if you know the length is like between 20 to 22. It all depends on the length of the torso, but I know 7 inches below the waistline, this is where you need to stop your zipper. Okay, and then close the close the back seam, and here you go. You have your beautiful dress. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoyed the video as much as I did, and I think it was a good kind of technique for me to show you guys. Sometimes you wear a dress and then it's so backed up on the back. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like the video, to place a comment. You guys wanna have any, wanna see any other videos, please don't hesitate to tell me what kind of videos you want to see. It's been a pleasure. Have a wonderful evening, morning, whatever day, time you are watching this video, and I'll see you at the next video. Stay blessed and stay safe.